Today we wanted to cover a little news information for the professionals, and these are books I put together a number of years ago as guidebooks or reference manuals, and happens to be on the Bioactive Nutritional Botanical Guidebook. And this basically covers all the complex botanicals I put together, but it's from a nutritional standpoint because the way the FDA has these regulated is they consider botanicals a nutritional supplement. And so this is the contents, and then I break it down from this, and I go into, if it'll open, I go into each one of the things, and I break it down as what's into the botanicals, just an explanation for you. And you'll find when you go through this that each botanical has antioxidants, it has fatty acids, or essential fatty acids. It's got, usually that's linoleic acid, and it also has minerals and trace minerals and B vitamins. So the products are loaded with nutrition. And so, and they're really, being liquid form, they're going to be highly assimilated. So it's going to be much better for the patient because it takes a load off the digestive system and they're able to function better faster. And so I've seen these turn people around a lot quicker, especially older ones that have a poor digestion, and 95% of the people, they have poor digestion. So it's better if they get help. And so when you break it down, you'll be able to I put some indications of what I consider things that is of the nutritional side of the products can actually help improve. And so it's got some indications you can look at, and depends on the formula. And the breakdown of each component in the formula is going to tell you what they're for and what's in them. And so this is something I spent weeks, months putting this together. This was not easy, but I did break it down each one. This is something that's only for the professionals. It's to help the doctor in their practice to be able to go in, and you can see this is like Coashplex 1. Coashplex 1 is just for ovarian cycles, and it helps women because it feeds the ovaries itself. So the Coash 1, and then Coash 2 is more for hot flashes, women that have perimenopausal or menopausal. So Coash 1 is more the younger girl to help feed the ovaries nutrition, because a lot of times the nutritional part to the ovaries are depleted. One of the things I discovered early on was that, and I learned this from Dick Murray, who's a chiropractor, and he did a lot of biochemistry work, was that we have a lot of nutritional deficiency problems, minerals and trace minerals. And I also learned that from Joel Wallach. He had a tape called Dead Doctors Don't Lie, sold over 300 million of those copies of that. He's put it down in a book form. He's got a number of books that he's written, but what he was in agriculture, and then he went into veterinary medicine and comparative veterinary medicine. He was at Emory for a while doing research, and somebody just happened to send him a set of monkeys that were all dying, and he ran every test under the sun that they had at his disposal right there at Emory, and he found out all of them had a selenium deficiency problem. And selenium is a sole trace mineral activator for glutathione in the body, and that just happens to be 50% in most cells in the body. So it's a powerful antioxidant that we need. And selenium helps activate that. So he learned a lot from that just by going through, but he's got an investigative mind. And so I started doing that too, and figuring out that most of the people I saw had nutritional deficiency problems. So I designed the botanicals to help fill that void, because they're loaded with nutrition in these formulas. And so it helps to feed the body the things it needs. And different, I kind of categorized it by organs and so forth. And so there's a lot of different formulas here that you'll find. I did stuff, Crataegus for heart. I did several formulas, 3 or 4 formulas for liver. I've got a number of formulas just for kidney. So it's loaded with nutritional information that's in the herbs. And that's what most doctors need, is they need to understand the nutritional information that's in the herbs. Like this one's Elderplex 2. And basically it's to help feed the gut. It helps to heal the gut, and it's got the nutrients density in there for healing the intestinal lining. Gingerplex 2. Now Gingerplex 2 is a little bit different. In this country we've got about 65 million diabetics or pre-diabetics or diabetic tendencies because of the weight issue on a lot of them, and they become adult onset diabetics. And that's type 2, but Gingerplex 2 is loaded with botanicals that have a lot of nutritional benefit for the pancreas itself. And so the pancreas needs feeding too. And so this product would help enhance the pancreas to improve the output of insulin, for instance, and glucagon. So these are things, this is how I designed these. This is ginkgo, and ginkgo is shown to help improve the brain, carries 3 oxygen molecules. And so with that being said, they did a study in JAMA in 1996, I think it was, and they found it did help people with early Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. They improved because it's carrying oxygen molecules there. Ginkgo will help work on the nitric oxide pathway inside the artery lining too, that vasodilates. So that's a biggie. The guy won the Nobel Prize for nitric oxide discovery in 1998, although they first discovered it in 1977. It was a lab error. It took them to 1986 to actually figure out what it was. And he went on to keep doing studies, and so he got nominated for the Nobel Prize, and he actually won that in 1998. And you can go on the Nobel laureate site for medicine, that's where you'll find that one. And for chemistry, there's 2 in 1997, Walker and Boyer, and they showed the schematics of exactly how we make ATP and what's involved in making ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. This is Gotoplex. Gotoplex has got herbs that enhance the brain and nutrients for the brain itself to feed the brain. And so you'll find that this is very good. It helps improve your memory because it's got the herbs that feed the brain. And the brain needs feeding just like anywhere else. So I thought that one was important. And Hydrangeaplex is one for flushing out liver gallbladder. I got the idea for this one from Dr. Alfred Vogel, who was the nature doctor from Switzerland. He had a company called Bioforce, and he went out and processed fresh green herbs. What we do is on the processing herbs, we use a spagyric technique, which came from Paracelsus from 1590. And so we was able to figure out the method. There used to be a Paracelsus Institute out in Utah, and Jack went out and learned from him how to do the technique, and he got enough out of it that the guy died on him, so he's getting older, and so he learned enough to be able to copy that technique. It's called spagyric. And so this is how we extract them out. And it was a 4-step process. We was able to get it in 2 steps, 2-step process. And so in doing that, we learned how to extract them. We got all the essential oils and all the different nutrient value out of the herbs. And then we take the cellulose that's left over and we run it through a Bunsen burner at 70 degrees. It's in a vacuum. That's how you can do it at 70 degrees. So it extracts out all the minerals and trace minerals that's left in the cellulose in each of the products. And so we're able to capture the essence of the whole botanical. And in doing that, so this is the botanical guide. It's very good for going through and reviewing. You'll learn a lot from it. It took me months to put this together, but I was doing it as a favor to the doctors because people were being overwhelmed by how much material I was turning out, so I figured I better explain it. So that's what I did in this book, to explain how they can use the botanicals to their benefit because they are nutrition. They're loaded with nutritional supplements.